Hello YouTube, this is Thompson Edway 737 bringing you another video, another airport update to the channel. We're starting off in around about a 5 o'clock time period, and during the video we will transition to a later period of around about 9 o'clock. I think the main focus really in both updates is kind of the cargo schedules, with obviously most of the base aircraft flying out wherever they are, won't be coming back till late or at the early hours of the morning. And also most of the main schedules that we've already seen, you generally operate towards the morning, kind of early afternoon, early morning, late morning, early afternoon time period. But of course we do get the odd schedule coming in towards like the evening as well. So obviously as we progress through the day you'll discover one or two. So starting off with this DHL 757-200 registration GDHKO. This is operating the regular service, daily service from Leipzig to Amsterdam. So obviously from Leipzig comes in here and then goes out to Amsterdam. This is operating as BCS 1443. Around about an hour to its departure, around about 6:05. So that's the time it's scheduled to depart. Generally speaking, may push back a little bit earlier than that. But I mean, yeah, pretty much ready to go already. But of course, not really necessary to go too early. Panning across, we have another cargo movement in the form of this Western Global MD-11 registration M412SN. This is operating a regular Tuesday service from Cairo to Liège. So around about a 2-hour turnaround process for this aircraft. Of course it's now taxiing out as AJK 2602. This is the same flight number, call sign on coming in and going out. It's basically one big kind of leg, if you like, but obviously making a stop here. Just want to point out as well, very thankful for both Phoenix and Gemini Jets for releasing Western Global MD-11s. They were quite common at Doncaster Airport at one point. We haven't really seen them much nowadays. I think there was only a few occasions where we saw them in these full titles, certainly with the Western Global at the front. Most of them were generally white to begin with, just pure white. But I'm very thankful that both manufacturers have done two separate registrations, and I'm sure we'll see the Gemini Jets version at some point on my airport in future updates. So yeah, I just wanted to point out two fantastic models. Very happy to have them in my collection. So again, that's just taxiing out. And then we zoom in on the main apron slowly, so we stay in focus. We have this Tunisair A320 TFIMP. This is operating as TU 790 and 791 on the outbound. As you can imagine, from and to Tunis in Tunisia. And this particular aircraft is sporting the colours of the national team, otherwise known as Carthage Eagles. I think that's how I pronounce it on the aircraft there. You'd probably be able to read it. So this was for the 2018 FIFA World Cup. I'm not sure if it's still in these colours. I'm not entirely sure. This is of course a custom. I think I found this on eBay, I think. But obviously Tunisia was a team that England faced in the 2018 FIFA World Cup. England got so far up to the semi-finals, but unfortunately it wasn't to be to go all the way. But I mean, credit to the French team. I think they really deserved it because they were flipping on fire, to be quite honest. And I think it would have took something special for England to beat them. But like I said, we've got knocked out in the semis. But yeah, obviously Team England played in the group stages, Tunisia. And again, it's quite nice to see a special livery in these colours. Again, sporting the for the 2018 FIFA World Cup. And credit credits to Tunisia for qualifying, I guess. It's not always easy to qualify for such a big tournament. Panning across, the BE146 or Avro RJ, whichever one you prefer to call it, is still on the ground. If you remember, this was or is a football charter. Rumours are this is heading out very soon, towards this evening. And then we'll be coming back tomorrow. I mean, obviously, I'm saying tomorrow, meaning Wednesday, to pick the team back up. By the time we get to that update, it could be like a full month past, really, in the real world. So, it probably will come back for the intention that it will be another day, and we are panning across like a full day schedule. So, it probably will make a return. But on this occasion, it will be getting ready to start very soon. And then in the grand scheme of things, we have another movement which is just trundling in on the runway. Again, this is kind of cargo central at the minute. So if we just zoom in, we have this Kalitta 747-400. N740CK. This is operating as K4996. Again, the same flight number coming in as going out. Arrives from Brussels and heads out to Cincinnati. Of course, this will position where the Western Global was positioned to the right, as we're viewing it, to the right of the DHL 757. So it's basically one in, one out. We do obviously have room to if the Western Global by all means got delayed, we do have substantial room still to accommodate another wide-body aircraft either side of the DHL 757, and also possibly on the main apron as well, if there was ever like a disastrous overflow necessary. Then there will be a sufficient amount of space to accommodate other aircraft if necessary on the main passenger apron as well. So that's pretty much it for this part of the update. Of course, during each part I do have to sort of move things around a little bit, and I do have to move things around a bit, move aircraft around, and then obviously we transition back into the next part, which I would say thanks for watching, but again, the video is not quite finished yet, so I'll see you in the next part. Okay guys, so we're now back into part 2 of this airport update. You just have to bear with me because I filmed the part that you've just seen in this video a couple of days ago, and I'm now filming this, and it's kind of thrown me off a little bit, I guess. Lot sort of things I've been thinking about as well over the last few days, just like general collection and stuff like that really, but I mean, this part of the update is not as busy as the first part, so I just want to get through this first and then just go through a few things as well. Hopefully the video won't be too long. So starting off, we've got this Icelandair Cargo 757-200 operating as the regular service of ICE 746 from Keflavik. And then we'll be on the outbound to Liège, registration TFFIG, taxiing in. So this is around about a 9 o'clock period now. The main apron is, nothing happening on the main apron. The BA146 has in fact departed as well. I believe, when we transition into Wednesday, sometime during the afternoon or late evening, that will come back in and make another appearance. So stay tuned for that. Generally speaking, like I say, nothing really happening. As we move on to the main apron, again, nothing major happening. Certainly nothing massive, certainly no big heavy movements, but we do have this West Atlantic 737-800. As you can see, we're in the first converted 737-800 titles on the tail. This is GMPT-A. Operating as MPT-01 Alpha and 01 Bravo, coming in from Belfast and then heading back out to Belfast as well. So pretty short turnaround for this one. This is scheduled to go out around about 9 o'clock. I think, like I said, we are around about 9 o'clock period. I'd probably say we are a little bit earlier than 9 o'clock based on the actual update. But this is not far off getting ready to go. Soon the cones will be removed, the equipment around the aircraft, the air stairs and everything will be removed. And then as we pan across, we have the nice little somewhat iconic aircraft, you could say. Atlantic Airlines, operating on behalf of West Atlantic, Lockheed Electra, GLOF-E. Again, this is the Herpa version, operating this service, regular service, night service from Guernsey, and then stays in all night and goes out the next morning. So that is pretty much it for this second part. I think the first part was quite a lot longer than that. Of course, we'll be taking pictures as well. Just give you a general overview there. So yeah, that's pretty much it for the update, really. So in terms of what I mentioned earlier, I've been thinking about a lot of things. Been kind of not delving. I've been like looking into my collections and stuff, and I basically did a sort of, just to pass a bit of time, I guess, really. Looking into my collection a bit more, and trying to understand which kind of time period is more active, based on, the year, like the annual year kind of thing. So I did a thing from 2000 to the present day, so 2021, of all my aircraft fleet or my collection, on how sort of active, like what years each aircraft were active. And it does actually turn out that 2020 is the busiest year in my collection of that feature the most active aircraft. So again, it was from 2000, obviously it could go further, but you can see the sequence as you progress from 2000, it kind of builds up. And then obviously 2021. A lot of aircraft are stored, so it's hard to really deter what may still be active and such in the current situation. But it's quite a good insight, really. And considering this airport is primarily based on 2020, it's quite a good fit. I also did a similar thing to 1/500 scale. I do still have my 1/500 scale collection as well, which is like slightly hidden away. Again, I know all the models that I've got, I know where they all are, and again I did a sequence, and it turns out that 2009 is the busiest year for that collection. I will just say 1/500 collection that I have certainly has a few models that I don't have, or that are currently not available in 1/400, and there is a slight kind of difference between the two. 1/400 you've got models that you haven't got in 1/500, and 1/500 you've got models that you haven't got in 1/400. That's just the way it is. I have maybe been thinking about, certainly not going to move this airport, but possibly doing like a small kind of base sort of display, maybe for 1/500 models. I've got like a set of drills upstairs which I could maybe have it permanently displayed on. Could maybe do like a little background thing as well. But again, it's just an idea at the minute. I don't know if I'm going to go ahead and do that, but it's just because I do kind of like my 1/500 collection as much as I do 1/400, and I am kind of looking at maybe getting some more 1/500 models as well, depending on what gets released in 1/400, because there's so many releases at the minute. See, I think in 1/500 is quite a money saver because you've only got one main manufacturer as well. So, Herpa's like the leading manufacturer, whereas 1/400 we've got everybody: Gemini Jets, Phoenix, JC Wings, NG models, Panda released the odd model as well. The list goes on. So if you are collecting 1/500, it's probably quite decent enough to be saving money, really. But yeah, the two, I'd love to have like a full airport display for 1/400 and 1/500, and maybe alternate the updates, so like every 2 weeks 1/400, every 2 weeks or 1/500. That'd be pretty cool, but I can't do that. Space doesn't allow that. But this little setup, I don't know if it'll work or not. I've no idea. If I did do a small setup, it'd be like a European style airport, like a holiday airport. I was thinking maybe something like based on Ibiza, maybe something like Malta as well, to accommodate maybe like Emirates and stuff, like sort of wide body aircraft. But yeah, at the minute I don't know. We're just focusing on 100 at the minute. And just to say, this is like the end of Tuesday schedules for this sort of airport. So we'll, in the next update, we'll transition into Wednesday. I do realise this video has probably been going on for quite a while, so I do apologise for sort of rambling on again. But I just thought, you know, a topic to discuss, 1500 scale. If anybody else does have a small collection 1500, or you have any models that you may want to sell in 1500, then do you know, by all means get in touch. I may be interested. But you know, if not, I just thought, you know, throw it in there. Again, possibly something to discuss if anybody's got any interest. Again, thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next video.